So let's start with Monday, talking about what confidence is and is not. Confidence is the ability to call your shot, the ability to accurately predict what's going to happen, and having full belief that that is exactly what is going to happen. It's an incredibly powerful place to be in. There's two ditches on the side of the road. You can either go to not being confident, the always being down on yourself, always having no trust in yourself. And in that case, you'll see it as, well, this might happen, that might happen. I don't think I can do this, I don't think I can do that. The other ditch is arrogance, which is to completely overestimate your ability to do something, to bluff, basically, to deceive. Confidence is right down the middle, knowing exactly what's going to happen. Well, how do you develop it? By keeping promises to yourself. If you say you're going to do something at a time, you do it at that time. I've also found this to be an incredibly attractive, both romantically and in terms of friendship. That is something that I find to be incredibly attractive when people are able to keep those promises, not only to themselves, but to the people that they're around. All right, how do you develop confidence? Well, I mentioned in my Monday video that the best way to develop confidence is to keep promises to yourself. It is to say you're going to do something and do it. The way I did this for myself is by little things. I'm going to get up at 6:30, so I got up at 6:30. I'm going to do these things today, so I did those things this day. And over time, I began to trust my own word, to be able to trust myself. That is the foundation of all confidence, being able to trust yourself. So start with it. Set yourself a very simple task, one that you know you can accomplish, and very quickly at that. And say you're going to do it, write it down, whatever it takes. And do that every day until it becomes something you don't even think about doing. Then do something a little harder, then something a little harder. One of the ones I did for myself was I'm going to walk 2 miles every day. This was 2021. I was making that promise myself. So I did. And that spun off into, okay, I'll make my bed every day now, and then I will dress well, and then I'll go out and meet people, and it just spun off of each other. What are some good exercises I can use to develop comfort and confidence? They end up being the same thing, just different directions. Go out and start walking with people. Walking where people are at. If you're looking for confidence, look people in the eye. Just straight stare them until they either look away or you walk past them. And tell yourself you're going to start by doing that. If you're looking for comfort, start making a mental note. This person needs this. 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 It could be your impression. Level 2 on that is for confidence. As you make eye contact with them, either give them a nod or say, howdy, good to see you. For comfort, go up to them and say, hey, you look like you're feeling this. Am I right? And just asking those questions again and again and again. For that comfort one, do it with your closer friends.
How do you go about expressing your desires and emotions in a social way? Well, story for that. At my church, there's a lot of toddlers, and they don't quite know how to do this yet. So they throw a fit. They really just let vent all their emotions. That's not, and we see this a lot actually with a lot of adults who weren't disciplined properly. What's the meme of the leftist meltdowns that runs around in various circles, right? That is giving vent to your emotions entirely. And that's not a helpful way of doing things because it makes people look at you like this guy's just an infant. Instead, something that you can do instead is to express it in a way that is clear and calm. Hey, I feel this when you do this, or I feel this when this happens. That is how you express it helpfully in a way that people can understand. The second phase of this is using it to express the emotion someone else is feeling. I'll have to find the reference for it, but there's a text in the Bible that says, grieve with those who are grieving and celebrate with those who are celebrating. that is the ability to understand what someone else is feeling and then express it back to them as a way of building connection with them. And a lot of times the emotion is a way of wanting people want to feel seen. That's why they're expressing the emotion. If you can show them that you see the emotion, now you are able to help them out. And this is a little bit different for men and women here. As men, the men I respect always come back and say, I feel this when this happens, so here's what I'm going to do about it. It's that second element of planning. And if you don't know what to do about it, you can say, I don't know what to do about it. Could I get some advice or could I get some help figuring this out? It's that action orientation, that ability to take initiative and say, here's what I want to do about it. The power of silence. Start with an exercise. What comes across as more powerful and in control? Hey, my name is Sam McGregor, and I really like doing videos and posting on Twitter and memes. Versus, hi, my name is Sam McGregor. I really enjoy posting on videos, working with people on Twitter, and studying social skills. Obviously, the second one, right? That is the power of silence. Some of the things that it does for you. One, it allows you to control the tempo. The person who controls the tempo is the one who has control of the emotional reality of any situation. There's a story that Robert Greene talks about with Louis XIV, one of the greatest kings of France, where he would sit in silence and let his courtesans, his advisors, debate out various ideas, strategies, plans. But he would sit there in silence and simply look at them. At the very end, he would look at them and say, we shall see. And he would get up in silence and leave. That is controlling the tempo. Everything revolved around him and his schedule, not the courtesans. In doing so, he controlled the entire emotional reality of his court. The person who can do that will win over crowds. And a lot of that is done through presenting an image of calm. The person who is calm in times of stress is the person people look up to. And that's powerful. How can you, the average man, use this? Take 3 seconds to respond to anything. If someone asks you a question, here's what I think about that. That calm demeanor will come across and put a lot of nervousness at ease. And now people will listen to you. That's powerful.